the first story I want to share is about right before we went to Haiti the first time. So what happened is when we became missionaries to go to Haiti, you could go to any country in the world with this global outreach, year-round service, fundraise, go through the training, you can go to that country, except for Haiti. You're only allowed to go to Haiti for 3 months because they had so many missionaries go, and then within the first month or two, they said they can't do it. They can't be a part of it. So we went for 3 months. Well, that's kind of hard because one, you have a house, you have cars, you have bills and everything like that. You can't just cancel everything, go for 3 months and restart all over again. We had to raise support, and we had no idea how to do that. I really didn't even know what missionaries did, to be honest with you. I'd been on a mission trip. There was a huge earthquake in Haiti. I did a lot of humanitarian work, construction, things like that. But we were going to go down there full time for the first 3 months, then come back, raise support. We'd already knew we were doing it, but it was still part of their plan. So we got on the Global Outreach donation page towards the middle of July. When I got the tally for all the month of July for fundraising, we raised $100. Well, you can imagine that's not going to cover everything. Because unfortunately, we had to be able to pay our bills back in the States and our cost for a family of 6 to be moved to Haiti for 3 months, all the new school books, all the other stuff like that, and maybe have a little over for ministry. And then, so somebody blessed us with doing a video. Carrie and I spoke. And through that video, we were able to raise enough money to buy our passports, buy our plane tickets, and a little bit of extra money, not much. Carrie wakes up the next morning after we get the money and says, we're supposed to leave September 10th. This is August 10th. And I said, we're not leaving to Haiti until we have the whole amount of money. I'm not going with my family to another country, especially there, without being funded. I'm not doing it. And she said, I know we're supposed to go. I know we're supposed to go. I said, okay, we'll go September. So we bought the tickets. And that's all the money we had. We didn't have any extra money after that. So what do you do when the funds aren't coming in? Well, you come up with unique ways to do it. We started doing yard sales. So where I'm from, a yard sale is Saturday morning. In Minnesota, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You're crazy about them. But so I hate yard sales, okay? So I don't mind going to them, but I hate putting them on. So we started this yard sale Wednesday. I'm still working full time. So early in the morning, I go set it up. Then I go to work. They'd run then when I got home that night, I'd help take it back down. And then people in the community saw what we were raising the money for. Then all of a sudden, people started dropping stuff off. And we lived in a really nice area, Lake Minnetonka, out of Minneapolis. And people were dropping off really expensive things. They were dropping off all kinds of stuff. They were basically doing their spring cleaning and dumping it on us. Or for fall cleaning, whatever you want to do. So we had all this stuff, and all of a sudden we raised money selling all this stuff. And the people will give a little bit extra sometimes because they knew it was for the mission. And then, so we're raising money, and then we do it the next week because people kept dropping stuff off. Then we do it the next week. So this is the third week of yard sales. And Carrie's having the kids go put letters in all the neighbors' mailbox apologizing for our yard sales, because all these people. And here we go. It's a Saturday. It's the last day of the third week, and there's nothing left. I mean, there's some really high-end items that you're probably not going to sell in a yard sale, and a bunch of other stuff like Barbies with no heads, stuff like that, like all the junk you see at yard sales. So I go in, take a break. I go look at my, see if I got paid. Right? So it was the 15th, I think, of September. I don't remember what day it was, but it was one of those times. And I look online and I see that I got paid. So when I tithe, since I get paid performance pay and all that other stuff like that, I always wait till I see it in my account. Then I go back and I tithe and send it to my church. And when I looked at it, I go, well, actually, since we're doing ministry now, I think that we're going to send this 10%. I could send this 10% to. We give Kingdom Builders a little more, but I mean, we're going to give it back to Sports Disciple, right? I want ministry. I'm in ministry now. I can do this. And I got, no, Barrett, that's not what you're supposed to do. That's not what you committed to your church. That's not what the tithe is about. And I just hit go and send it. Walk back out into the yard sale, and this gentleman pulls up. and he's looking at the snowmobile, or not snowmobile, but snow blower. And he's looking at it, looking at it, and he says, "What's wrong with the snowblower? Why are you selling it so cheap?" And I go, "Well, we bought it 5 or 6 years ago. There hasn't been any snow, and we're moving to Haiti, and I can't use it down there." And he goes, "Well, what's wrong with it? It looks brand new." And I said, "Well, it's missing a cotter pin, but besides that, it's perfect." And he goes, "Well, I'd like to buy it from you." And I said, "Okay." And then he decided he was going to tell me, share his life story with me. Apparently that he had been a pretty high level executive at a company, and he was a good time Charlie, had a lot of fun with his friends and stuff, and he started getting into cocaine a little bit at the parties. And then apparently then he started selling just to his friends, but it was enough when he got caught that it'd be a federal charge. So all of a sudden his world was turned upside down, and he was sent to the federal penitentiary for, I think, 10 years. He says, so right now I live over, across town in a halfway house, but I'm getting my act together. I'm doing as best I can. I figured if I had the snowblower, I can, in the wintertime, I can blow the driveways of the people's places, and make some extra cash and stuff like that. And if you say it's good, I'm going to trust you on it. And I said, it's good. And I go, right in the middle of the yard sale, I'm like, can I pray for you? And he said, please. And I prayed for him. I prayed for blessings upon him and to keep straight and stuff like that. And he left. And I don't think I told Carrie or anything about it. It was just part of what we do, who I am. The man was hurting. I wanted to love on him. And so a few hours later, it's getting dark. I'm like, okay, we're closing it up. I'm so excited the yard sale's over. We don't have to do it anymore. I'm starting to push things in piles. I'm calling like Goodwill, and I'm calling all these other places to see if they'll come pick up all the stuff. And his U-Haul pulls up. And the kind you rent by the day, the box truck. And out jumps this guy that bought the snowblower. And he says, when I left your yard sale, I went back to the halfway house and I called my ex-wife. We talked for a long time, and I think we might actually reconcile.
It's a good story.
Then I called my daughter. The last time I saw her is when I went to jail. My ex-wife had given me her phone number. I called her and she answered. I talked to her for an hour. And at the end of the call, she says, I love you, Daddy. Then he says, I got off the phone, went down and talked to the guy that runs the halfway house. And I said, I got all this business experience. And the way the halfway house was designed is it had an upstairs where all the guys lived. And downstairs was an old storefront that wasn't in operation. And he says, I'd like to open a thrift store in the downstairs. And it'll give all the guys some pride and something to do during the day, and they can earn some money. And the money we earn, we can make the our section better, maybe get some TV, do some stuff. And he goes, and I'll fund it because I had some extra money. So what I'm saying is I'm coming back to your yard sale, and I'm buying every single thing you have. And I'm not going to barter. Whatever the price is or whatever you want, that's what I'm taking. So I spent the next hour and a half with this guy, arguing with him not to pay that much. And then at the end of the thing, he handed me this wad of money. He drove away. And then when I went inside and counted it, it more than tripled my tithe. I just don't know how God just does things that are just miraculous. Just amazing, amazing story.